Dr. Dorothy Height was a civil rights and women's rights activist. She focused primarily on improving the circumstances and opportunities for African American women. She had a career in civil rights that spanned nearly 80 years. Dr. Height was born on March 24, 1912, in Richmond, Virginia. Her parents were James Edward Height, a building contractor, and Fanny Burroughs Height, a nurse. At age 4, her family moved to Rankin, Pennsylvania, where she attended a racially integrated school. In high school, Dr. Height was awarded with a college scholarship for winning the National Oratory Competition. With the scholarship, she attended New York University, receiving her bachelor's degree in education and master's degree in psychology. She completed her postgraduate work at Columbia University and the New York School of Social Work. In 1933, during the New Deal era, Dr. Height's career as a civil rights advocate began to unfold. Dr. Height became an organizer and served as vice president of the United Christian Youth Movement of North America. Mary McLeod Bethune, founder and president of the National Council of Negro Women, noticed young Dr. Height, who was escorting Eleanor Roosevelt into the NCNW meeting. Miss Bethune invited Dr. Height to join NCNW in her quest for women's rights. In 1946, Dr. Height directed the integration of all of the YWCA centers. In 1965, she established the Center for Racial Justice. Dr. Height served in her dual role as YWCA staff member and NCNW volunteer. In 1957, Dr. Height became the president of the National Council of Negro Women. Through the center and the council, she became one of the leading figures of the civil rights movement. She also had the opportunity to work alongside of Martin Luther King, Jr. In 1961, while Dr. Height was participating in major civil rights leadership, she led the NCNW to deal with unmet needs among women and their families, to combat hunger, develop cooperative pig banks, and provide families with community freezers and showers. Dr. Height was one of the organizers of the famed March on Washington. She stood close to Martin Luther King Jr. while he delivered his I Have a Dream speech. Despite her skills as a speaker and a leader, Dr. Height was not invited to speak that day. In 1964, Dr. Height initiated the NCNW's Wednesdays in Mississippi program, in which women activists from the North flew south to spend Wednesdays in small towns meeting with Black women. In 1970, Dr. Height established the Women's Center for Education and Career Advancement in New York City to prepare women for entry-level jobs. This is now incorporated as a regular professional studies degree course at Pace University. Dr. Height continued in the fight for women's rights. In 1971, she helped found the National Women's Political Caucus. While she retired from the YWCA in 1977, Height continued to run the NCNW for 2 more decades. One of her later projects was focused on strengthening the African American family. In 1986, Height organized the first Black Family Reunion, a celebration of traditions and values. This event is still held annually. Height received many honors for her contributions to society. In 1994, President Clinton awarded her the Presidential Medal of Freedom. In the late 1990s, she stepped down from presidency of the NCNW, but remained the organization's chair of the board until her death in 2010. In 2002, Height turned her 90th birthday celebration into a fundraiser for the NCNW. Oprah Winfrey and Don King were among the celebrities who contributed to the event. In 2004, President George W. Bush gave Dr. Height the Congressional Gold Medal, which is the highest expression of national appreciation. Bush praised Dr. Height for her calming influence, but added behind the grace, there's a will of steel. She later befriended the first African American president of the United States, Barack Obama. He called her the godmother of the civil rights movement. Dr. Height later died in Washington, D.C. on April 20th, 2010. Some of the many awards Dr. Height received are the John F. Kennedy Memorial Award, the Woman of the Year, the Decade Service, the Citizens Medal, the Freedom Medal, the Essence Award, and the Caring Award. Dr. Height will always be remembered as one of the foremost pioneers of the civil rights movement, particularly with regard to her work with women of color, in an era where women, especially African American women, were often relegated to the lowest possible positions in society. Dr. Dorothy Height dedicated her life to one purpose: that equality for women and equality for African Americans are issues that go hand in hand.